What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Today we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to the news that occurred last night in relation to health safety protocols. The video that I didn't get to make that night, and it did end up costing us for that Indiana Pacers game in some ways. Of course, we did win that game, but it is about Lonzo Ball and his health and safety protocols, ladies and gentlemen. The last player for the Bulls, at least at this point in time, to enter health and safety protocols. And since he is a very big key player for the Chicago Bulls, I'm going to talk about the loss that it is, I guess, to see him not play for this team. Is it a big loss? Is it a small loss? What kind of ways will we feel that affected loss for Lonzo Ball? But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls situation and how do you think we'll fare without Lonzo Ball in this team. We have a lot of games this week that Lonzo Ball will not be playing in, and we have a fair busy next week as well. So a lot of games Lonzo Ball is going to miss, but nevertheless, we have to keep on pushing forward. We have to keep on moving on, and just like in that Indiana Pacers game, it's all about the resiliency of the team. How is the team going to step up and fight when players are out? Lonzo Ball is one of the last players to enter health and safety protocols, and it looks like he's probably going to be the last one on the team at the moment to enter health and safety protocols for a long time. So we will miss our point guard. We're missing both of our point guards right now, but at the moment, Lonzo Ball is the one that we're talking about. First things first, Lonzo Ball may not have, I guess, all-star numbers in terms of being an all-star for the Chicago Bulls, but he does have an all-star level impact on the team. He is someone that you can truly understand and feel for when we do lose him, because you just know the impact that he makes on the defensive end and on the offensive end as well. He is someone that is so versatile and so well-rounded for the team that it does feel like a huge loss in almost every single avenue when we do miss Lonzo Ball. And there are certain things that you might not see. For example, with, I guess, today's game, we scored very well against the Indiana Pacers. You might not miss that in terms of Lonzo Ball in the team, but what you do miss is the transition play against the Indiana Pacers. You miss the steals against the Indiana Pacers. You miss the interceptions. You miss the switching on defense. You miss all of that when it comes to Lonzo Ball, and that's definitely something we saw against the Indiana Pacers. That's how versatile he is. Different games, you'll see different things that you're going to miss from Lonzo Ball. For example, the game against Atlanta, we still might win that game, and we should be the very good favorites to win that game. But we could definitely miss a lot of things with Lonzo Ball as well. Pick and roll defense could be something that we miss with Lonzo Ball in that game against the Atlanta Hawks. Stopping transition play for the Atlanta Hawks could be something we could use Lonzo Ball. And obviously the defensive presence in its entirety is something that we could miss from Lonzo Ball. And it may be the game with Atlanta, the scoring might not be there as much as it was against the Indiana Pacers. And in that instance, you miss someone that can facilitate, someone that can run out in transition, and someone that can knock down the three-point shot with a 40% clip at the moment in his NBA career, in his Bulls career so far. You're missing a very valuable player here in more avenues than one. So it's a big loss for the Chicago Bulls. And I just want to mention in terms of the defensive leadership and how it affects the rest of the players, because what we've seen so far has only been a one-game sample size, and hopefully we don't see this consistently from the Chicago Bulls. But we're in a situation now where Lonzo Ball being out, as well as Alex Caruso as well, you end up having to carry the offense more than the defense carries you. Usually when the Chicago Bulls play games, we pride ourselves on defense. We pride ourselves on the ability to stop the opposing players, stop the best players on their team, stop the role players on their team, stop the players that are trying to go for a run, and all of those situations, you stop the best player on an opponent's team and you try to win the game. That's something that the Bulls have prided themselves on in this season so far, and they've become one of the top teams in steals. Both Alex Caruso and Lonzo Ball are one of the league leaders in steals as well. And we just have, I believe, a top 10 defense at the moment in the NBA, which is fantastic considering the scoring power that we have. I do think from what we've seen in that game against the Pacers, or what we could see in the future, maybe it's not as needed in these games, but the defensive end will not be as strong when those two players are out. I don't care how good or bad or how much effort other players put in. Lonzo Ball is a natural defender. Alex Caruso is a natural defender. They put themselves in that situation with years and years and years of work. And no matter how hard players like Kobe White and Ayo at the moment are trying on a defensive end, it doesn't come to them as naturally as it does for Lonzo Ball and as it does for Alex Caruso. So in this area, we need to rely a lot more on the offense to carry us through this stage of the games. And that's something that was quite the opposite when Lonzo Ball was in the team and other players was out. When Zach LaVine was out and we had DeMar DeRozan, we had to pride ourselves on our defense. Our defense was going to be the one to carry us, and we hopefully have Lonzo, DeMar, Vucevic play strong games. Same with when DeMar DeRozan was out and Zach LaVine was in. We had to pride ourselves on defense. Against that Denver Nuggets game, it was defense. That was what was getting us these wins. And now it's going to be the opposite. Now we're relying on the offense of a team to try and carry us, and our defense might not be able to keep up as much. There's big things in terms of Lonzo Ball that we do miss. And as I said before, he might not be an all-star this season. And I think for the majority outside of Chicago, in terms of the Chicago Bulls fans, I think the majority of the league will not see Lonzo Ball as an all-star caliber player. But as I said before, just because the numbers are not there for Lonzo Ball does not mean he doesn't have an impact on the team. And Lonzo Ball's impact is at an all-stars level. Maybe he won't be in the all-star game. Maybe he doesn't get the votes. Maybe the coaching staff don't see it. Whatever the case may be, in terms of that all-star appearance, the impact on the Chicago Bulls for Lonzo Ball is an all-star level. He's someone that's very valuable. He's someone that is considered a star on this team, in my opinion. He's so well-rounded. He's so diverse. He brings so much to the table that it is a big impact when we do lose him, and we will see that going forward. But hopefully the players that are here, the star players that are here, can pick up the pace for Lonzo Ball while he's out in health and safety protocols. And that is the biggest takeaway that I've seen from the Chicago Bulls so far this season. We have not had a fully healthy Chicago Bulls team since the start of the season. Since then, we've seen Nikola Vucevic out. We've seen DeMar DeRozan out. We've seen Zach LaVine out. We've seen all of our bench out. Kobe White, Javonte, Troy Brown Jr., Derrick Jones Jr., pretty much the whole team. We've seen Zach LaVine out, and now we've seen Lonzo Ball out. These have, of course, all happened at separate times. Some of them happened at the same time. Most of the star players were injured at separate times or out at separate times. But we have not seen a fully healthy Chicago Bulls team for quite a long time. I guess even if you're involved in Patrick Williams, we haven't seen this since the first New York Knicks games that we faced. So at the end of the day, in terms of what we have available, we've not been healthy. We've been far from healthy in terms of the NBA period right now, ladies and gentlemen. And we are still second in the Eastern Conference at this point in speaking. We have a double win. We have 10 more wins compared to losses, which is not very known for the Chicago Bulls in recent history. And we've done it with team play. We've done it with players stepping up in other people's absence. And we've done it as a team. And I'm very, very proud of the Chicago Bulls team. And hopefully, where Lonzo Ball is out, we can also see this team continue to play as a unit, continue to play with a point to prove, with the fans on their back supporting them the whole way through, and the Bulls to just go out and win. It's a very important time for the Chicago Bulls. Learning how to win without some of these guys. Learning how to win without Zach was very important. Learning how to win without DeMar is very important. Learning that we could win without Vucevic is very important. And hopefully we can learn how to win without Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso in the team as well, because it's very important. To learn how to play at your best when others are out is going to be key, because especially come to playoff time, we might not have a healthy team. So Lonzo Ball is a big loss for the Chicago Bulls, but it's also one that if we can learn from, maybe in the future it will come back and it will be a positive thing if we can still end up performing without Lonzo Ball. It's easier said than done. As I said countless times in this video, he's a big loss. But if we can do that, if we can learn how to win without Lonzo, we can learn how to win without any of these players whenever they decide to go out for a game or two or they are injured, then it's going to be a big step for the Chicago Bulls. And this is in the end what winning teams do. Brooklyn is another example of this. I always link it to Brooklyn, but Brooklyn have so many players out in health and safety protocols. They have so many players out because of injuries as well, and yet they're still comfortably, I would say, at the moment, the first team in the Eastern Conference, and they're winning without their best players. They're winning without Kevin Durant. They were winning without Kyrie Irving. I don't think they've lost a game since all of this health, since the Bulls, or even if they did lose a game since the Bulls, they have not lost a game since this outbreak happened for their team. And it goes to show the good teams need to learn how to win without their best players going. And the Brooklyn Nets are doing that. And the Bulls are doing that as well. And although we do have most of our team back now, that's still a very important message for the Bulls to continue to learn how to win when your players are either not performing or simply can't play. And I think this is going to be a good step for the Chicago Bulls. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Keep in mind that game against the Atlanta Hawks could still be postponed. It's not, I guess, confirmed, and by the time that the news does break, I might not be awake to make a video about it or to post it on the community tab. So I'm just telling you from now, be very aware. Check Twitter constantly, check the NBA, see what they have to say, check other YouTubers if they post it. Make sure to keep posted about that situation, because the game could potentially get postponed. It's not out of the question, so just be very aware. It's always going to feel like this for every game. Just keep yourself posted on the big news outlets and see whether or not these games will continue to be played. Let's see if the Chicago Bulls play in a couple of hours against the Hawks. With that being said, have a wonderful and safe day. I'll see you in the next Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.